Good morning. Welcome to Strongsville PTA's annual celebration of Founders Day. My name is Laura Halsam, and it is my honor to serve as this year's council president. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would like to begin this morning by thanking the many individuals who are responsible for making today's event so special. Thank you to Mayor Persiak and the Strongsville Recreation Center for once again hosting our event. A special thank you to Sarah Arnold and her staff here at the Rec Center. We could not do this without their tremendous support. Thank you to Mr. Benson, Susie Kerr, and the crew of SCS TV for taping today's program. And a huge thank you to Karen Ripholz, our Founders Day coordinator, for planning and organizing today's event. I'd also like to thank the many PTA volunteers who came last night to help Karen out. Could everyone please again join in thanking Karen and her crew? On behalf of Council PTA, it is our extreme pleasure to have so many people from our school community here with us today. I would like to offer a warm welcome to all of our district administrators, staff, and school board members who are joining us this morning. Also welcome to all of you who are members of PTA and to our past and present unit and council presidents. Today we celebrate the role PTA has played in supporting parent involvement and working on behalf of all children and families here in Strongsville, across Ohio, and throughout the nation. The PTA is the oldest and largest child advocacy association in America. Today's PTA is comprised of more than 4 million parents, teachers, grandparents, caregivers, foster parents, and other caring adults who share a commitment to improving the education, health, and safety of all our children. Here in Strongsville, we have over 1,300 members to date this year. The 9 units that make up the Strongsville Council PTA strive to keep the education and welfare of all children as our focus. We are very fortunate here in Strongsville to have always had countless dedicated parents, teachers, administrators, staff, and community members who actively work to support the mission of the PTA and continue to make this a better place for our children. For that, we are very thankful, and that is what today is all about. It is an honor and a privilege to have with us today the many people who have been honored in past years with the Ohio PTA Achievement Award. We thank you for your many years of devoted service to the children of Strongsville and to the Strongsville City Schools. You have implemented and helped mold many of the programs we still use today. We appreciate your many accomplishments and your continued support of the work we do. You are the backbone of our organization. Would all previous Founders Day honorees please stand and be recognized? Thank you for being here with us today. Today is a day to take the time to reflect and take pride in our many accomplishments and renew our commitment to be a powerful voice for all children and a strong advocate for the education and well-being of every child. We speak with one voice for every child. As much as we enjoy helping with the classroom parties and bake sale, PTA volunteers, like the many who have gone before us, work in many more ways to enrich the educational experience for our students. So far this year, Council PTA has awarded $6,000 in grants to all of our schools, organized and sponsored the monthly Rocking at the Rec dances, which is our only sole source of fundraising, and helped to collect over 180 blankets for the food bank here in Strongsville. We came together with the district and endorsed and helped spread the word of how important it was for our renewal levy to pass in November so as not to disrupt the education of our students. We have brought motivational speakers to our middle school and all of our elementary schools. and also have committed to 10 scholarships for our graduating seniors. These accomplishments did not happen overnight. We are blessed with the knowledge that has been passed down to us from all those who have gone before us. We are truly grateful. Today we are honored to celebrate the best of the best in our PTA community. We will be recognizing 8 amazing individuals who go above and beyond for the betterment of our students. If you asked any of them, they would tell you that they do not deserve this award, but I am here to tell you that they truly do. They give their time, talent, and resources to their schools, churches, and community. They volunteer countless hours to make our schools and city a better place. Before we start today's program, I'd like to share a quote that I feel embodies the 8 award winners today. A volunteer is a person who can see what others cannot see, who can feel what most do not feel. Often such gifted persons do not think of themselves as volunteers, but as citizens. Citizens in the fullest sense, partners in civilization. If we could have the first 4 recipients and their presenters please come forward.
It's good to see you.
Today we are here to honor the past, present, and future of the PTA. Every year we take the opportunity to award the Ohio PTA Achievement Award to those who have given long and outstanding service to our children and youth. Our first award will be presented by Mrs. Dawn Van Hove from Chapman Elementary.
Morning, everybody. I'm happy to be here today to present the Ohio PTA Lifetime Achievement Award to Michelle Fowle. We're here to honor Michelle today because she does so much for our schools and our community. Michelle and her husband Chuck have 3 children, Rachel, Trent, and Mackenzie. Michelle and Chuck have recently ventured on starting their own business called Ray Trent Remodeling. Michelle also works in our district for our school system, and yet she still finds time to volunteer for the school programs and organizations like the PTA, the choir, and athletic clubs. I could go on and on within PTA and all the committees and things that she's actually chaired. She also tries to stay very well-rounded. Michelle volunteers her time in the elderly community as well, delivering Meals on Wheels weekly. So I believe that Michelle is very deserving of this award because I truly believe that she cares about the value and the enrichment of others. One of Michelle's most valuable traits is that she can be working under the most intense and stressful situations and always maintains a very kind demeanor. She's always respectful of others, making anyone who works with her feel welcome and appreciated. And it's been a pleasure to know you and work with you over the years, Michelle. And I'd like to personally thank you for all the dedication and hard work that you've poured into yourself and into the community, and it's an inspiration. So I appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dawn. Thank you, everybody. I feel very honored to be receiving this award. I just want to make a few small points. First, I've gotten to know some of the past Founders Day recipients over the years of volunteering. A lot of you are my friends, and I will say that none of us do this for recognition. I feel blessed to belong to such a giving community. All the board members and committee chairs at Chapman deserve to be recognized for this award, for all of their hard work and dedication. They are a really great group of people. And secondly, I've gotten so much more out of volunteering than I ever gave, and that's made it all so worth it. To quote Gandhi, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others." Thank you for awarding me for something that I already love to do and will continue to do. It's been said before, but I'll say it again. One of the greatest gifts you can give is your time.
Our next presenter is Mary Smith from Whitney Elementary School.
Good morning. It is my pleasure to introduce you to Debbie Shostak, Whitney Elementary's Achievement Award winner for this year. Debbie has been an active PTA member for 9 years. She has held many chairperson positions and served on the board as president, vice president, and currently council delegate. She consistently gives 110% when she takes on a project. Debbie has chaired some of Whitney's biggest events, such as the Holiday Shop, Sports Day, Staff Welcome Back Lunch, and these are just to name a few. She always lends a helping hand whenever possible, and usually one of the last to leave after cleanup. Debbie is seen almost daily in and around the halls of Whitney, whether volunteering or working as a sub. Debbie's appreciated by all for her willingness to jump in and help whenever help is needed. She has provided assistance to the PTA through coordinating the room parents, organizing walkathons, and helping with last day festivities. On a personal note, it was Debbie who encouraged me to step up and volunteer as PTA president after her term was completed. I am grateful for her friendship and guidance. Congratulations, Debbie. You deserve it.
I would like to say thank you to the Whitney PTA for this honor. Just like everyone that stands up here today or in the past, we do this for one reason, for the children. There is something about seeing the smiles on the student faces that make it worthwhile. I also wanted to thank the teachers and the staff for making it so much fun volunteering at Whitney. And to my 3 sidekicks, Mary Smith, Dina Whalen, and Lynn Bendisi, for a huge thank you for all the help in the last 9 years. Lastly, I would like to also say thank you to my family. For my son Ryan going to school before 8 o'clock for the holiday shop to set up, or doing subbing jobs. To my daughter Emily for helping me the last 9 years for all the events I was involved with. She even helped with the craziest task of separating 400 shirts this summer for all the students. They both do it with a smile, and Ryan also asked to be paid every time he had to get up early. Sorry, Ryan, that's not going to happen. Lastly, to my husband, Doug, for putting up with all this stuff that I bring home from the stores for these events and for the late nights. Without him, I would not be able to put the commitment in. Again, thank you for this honor.
Presenting on behalf of Strongsville High School is Bob O'Brien.
Hello, I'm Bob O'Brien. When I heard that Strongsville High School PTA was awarding Brad Esserove the Ohio PTA Achievement Award, I said, what are they thinking? Did they know I was available? What was the criteria for this award? They had to be tall, dark, and handsome? That would explain why I didn't get it. But when you look at Brad, he's tall, dark, that's a stretch. Handsome? Please don't be ridiculous, okay? So many of you are staying out there wondering, why is this man standing next to me? And so I did some investigation to find out what the criterion was to win this award. And it's to give unselfishly to the school and community. Now things started to make sense for me. And when I'm finished, you're gonna realize the man standing next to me may look like a grizzly bear, but he's really a teddy bear with a heart of gold. So let me get a couple points so I can convince you. For the past 8 years, Brad has run the casino at the high school after prom. What's his qualification? Claims he was the 1987 Kent State euchre champion. When he started, his oldest daughter, Katie, was only a freshman. And she wasn't eligible to go to after prom, but he volunteered to help. Now, running the after prom is not an easy job. He has to recruit over 30 volunteers to work from 11:30 p.m. to 4 a.m. Now, your typical high school parent is falling asleep on the couch by 10 p.m. So, in fact, I look out on the thing, I see Mark Smithberger, the president, or the principal of Strongsville High, he's falling asleep now. It's not even 11 o'clock. So when you ask parents to work this, they're usually sleeping during this time frame. Now you need to get 30 of them. And now you need to get all those volunteers, and Brad does it every year, has been doing it for the past 8 years. Brad's coached soccer for over 15 years, basketball for 15 years. And even when his kids weren't playing, he was coaching a team. That's how dedicated he is. When the Strongsville Youth Commission needed people to volunteer to be interviewers for mock job interviews, Brad stepped up and volunteered. So Brad would be the first to tell you he couldn't do any of this without the support of his family. So he was raised by his wonderful parents, Don and Ann, who are with us today. And he's blessed with 3 beautiful children. Katie, she's a Strongsville graduate and is a French teacher. Megan is a senior at Ohio State. And Brock, he's a senior this year at Strongsville High. Now, it's not surprising that Brad runs the casino, because he's a lucky guy. He was lucky enough to marry his charming wife, Kelly. Now, I don't think it's a coincidence that Brad is married to a woman who has dedicated her life to helping others. As a neonatal intensive care nurse, Kelly takes care of infants that need love and care. Some people go through life wondering if they've ever made a difference in the world. Kelly Esro will never have that problem. The poet John Donne wrote, "No man is an island." Brad is the ultimate example of that. He is a stranger to none and a friend to all. Therefore, I think we can all conclude that Brad is the most deserving person to win this award for the high school. Congratulations, Brad.
That was way too many nice things to say.
I lied.
Thanks, Bob. I have nothing prepared. It's so much fun for me as a parent to do this, and it's just great. The kids are fantastic. Everybody here did such a great job of raising their children, and Kelly and I are truly blessed to live in a community that cares so much about it. So, thank you very much.
Next, we welcome Cameron Ryba to present on behalf of Strongsville Council PTA.
So when they ask us to present, they tell us there's a time limit. I have some stuff to say about Jenny, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the words. It is truly my honor to be standing here this morning to recognize and honor my colleague and my friend, Jenny Pelko, with the Ohio PTA Achievement Award. Whether it's growing up in Strongsville and graduating from Strongsville High School, being a teacher at the high school, or serving as an assistant principal, or currently assistant superintendent, Jenny has spent almost her entire life in service to Strongsville and Strongsville City Schools. See, Jenny and I met first in the spring of 2007 when I was principal at Moraski Elementary and she was teaching Spanish at the high school. Many may not know that our partnership started out as sort of an arranged working relationship. At that time, I was asked to be the principal of Center Middle School and told that I could hire any assistant principal I wanted, but before I decided to interview, then Superintendent Jim Gray said, hey, there's someone that I want you to meet as a possible candidate. So Jenny and I met, we talked for a long time, and both agreed that she would become the assistant principal at Center Middle School. Little did either of us know that Mr. Gray shared a similar message to both of us. Hey, Cameron, if Jenny doesn't work out, we could send her back to the classroom. And he said to Jenny, hey, Jenny, if Cameron doesn't work out, you can go back to the classroom. Well, 10 years later, and I'm honored to still be working with you each and every day. When you work closely with someone as long as Jenny and I have worked together, you begin to appreciate them more and more with each coming year. I know everyone who has had the opportunity to know and work with Jenny absolutely loves her dedication, work ethic, her caring nature, and all that she does for the betterment of our schools, district, and community. However, after 10 years, there are some things that I have learned about Jenny, sometimes the hard way. First, Jenny is a leader that likes to be in control. See, I had no idea that Jenny was not a fan of surprises until I kept this recognition a secret from her with the PTA Council so that she could be surprised at the January meeting. I don't know whether it was the presentation that I made her develop that she really never needed to present, or the surprise itself, but Jenny gave me very detailed and clear feedback on what would happen if I ever surprised her with anything ever again. Jenny is also very diplomatic. We spend many hours together and share lots of ideas on how we can continue to improve the district for our students and community. Some of my ideas she likes and some she doesn't. When we get to an idea that may not resonate with Jenny, she never has a discouraging word to say. She just says, huh. And then we move on to what she wants to do. And finally, Jenny is honest. Feedback is important to Jenny, and she's always receptive to feedback on how she can continue to improve, and she's very willing to give constructive feedback to others, especially to me. You may be thinking that the feedback is always work-related, but oh no. She not only works to improve me as a professional, but on a personal level as well. On many occasions, Jenny has given me honest feedback such as, hey, I hope you're going to get your hair cut prior to that presentation next week, because you're looking a little scruffy. You do. Even though Jenny's daughter Avery gave clear direction to not list all of Jenny's accomplishments, because as Avery shared, no one wants to sit and listen to all that, I would be remiss if I didn't share a few reasons why I'm so proud of Jenny, the work that she does each day, and the positive impact that she has on countless adults and children alike. Although there are many reasons and accomplishments to list, I would like to highlight just one, the one that I feel has and will continue to have the greatest impact on our district. As educators, we can sometimes only focus on the academic component of education, driving to improve achievement and growth results while not placing the same energy into developing and supporting our students beyond the academic component of school. See, what Jenny has done throughout her career is to keep the focus on our kids as kids first. No matter how they come to us, what they need, or what they say and do. I've seen her work with parents, teachers, staff, and students to educate, stretch thinking and skills so that we are focused on the child and their needs no matter what those needs may be. In recent years, Jenny took the lead in developing a partnership through the establishment of the Strongsville Civic Team to not only bring a variety of community groups together to develop a shared understanding of social and emotional needs of our youth, but to also put a plan of action into place to support the needs of our students. Through Jenny's leadership in the community, through bringing in speakers, developing a systematic guidance curriculum, instituting additional counseling services in the buildings through a collaboration with Nancy Laurie and Associates, as well as implementing universal screeners in selected grade levels, Jenny has not just implemented programs or ideas, but systematically developed a culture of care, support, and services within our district and for our students and their families. They say a legacy is not what you do while you're in a position, but what remains when you leave. Jenny, your legacy as a dedicated, passionate, driven, and caring leader will live on in our district for generations to come. Finally, I would like to acknowledge Jenny's dad and stepmom, Bill and Debbie, who are here today, and no doubt are so proud of her and all that she has and will accomplish both personally and professionally. I'd also like to recognize Jenny's husband, Bill, who is here today as well to share in this honor. Jenny and I both discuss often that when you have jobs like ours, it's not a personal or professional decision, but a family decision. I would just like to thank you, Bill, for all that you do so that Jenny can have the opportunities to do all that she does for our district. Finally, I just wanted to share one last story. The Palcos are campers, some of you may know that. And Jenny shared a story with me recently of a discussion that they were having with their kids around the campfire, when their kids tried to rank who Jenny listened to or paid attention to the most. The conversation began with Dad, Grandpa, and then a listing of the kids. And then Avery said, wait, no, it's really Dad, Mr. Ryba, Grandpa, and then so on. So thank you to Bill, Avery, Braden, and Kaysen for sharing their mom with me and the 5,400 students of Strongsville so that they can have a great education because of all that she does. So please join me in congratulating Jenny on this well-deserved recognition.
Thank you, Cameron. I feel better now. I was a little nervous about what he was going to say. For me, I really try to live by a few sayings or quotes, and don't ask me who wrote them because I really don't know. I just like them. The first one is, do what you love and you won't work a day in your life. I truly love education. Through each of my positions that I've held, I have been able to grow and learn, and I am fortunate to have spent all but 1 year of my career here in Strongsville. This district has afforded me the opportunity to continue to build my skills through every experience and position that I've held. I am a people person, and being able to really get to know so many students and parents and staff is so motivating to me. I love to hear the successes and even the challenges that people have, and to work to make things better for every student in this district, to me, is incredibly rewarding. Even though I do a lot of things behind the scenes now, I can still see the impact. I've been able to build strong connections with people that can help guide my decisions and support the work that we are doing. And PTA is a great example of this, and I cherish the friendships that I have made with many of you in this room. The next words that I try to live by is to be successful, surround yourself with a great team. From the members of our district leadership team, to my secretary, Lori, who's here, to our administrative team, to our teachers and staff, I'm continually surrounded by people who all make my job pretty easy because they do theirs. I really work with incredible people who make me want to be better at what I do every single day. And then finally, there is some saying about behind every successful man is a woman. Well, for me, the opposite is true. I could never have done or do the things that I do without what I call my big three. So I want to thank my dad. I am really benefiting from his retirement. He is the chauffeur to my kids. He is recently my carpenter and decorator, and also my sounding board. Every day when he calls, because he does call me every day now, he asks in true dad fashion, "Are you just getting home? Are you on your way home from work? You work too much. What is this job that you have?" And then I proceed to tell him why I was still at work and what I was doing at work, and it's just nice that I have somebody to talk to that listens. And then he'll say to me, "Well, you know what Dr. Phil says." And then I stop listening and start laughing because I can't believe he watches Dr. Phil now. But even at 43 years old, he is still giving me advice. I would also like to thank my number two, Cameron. You have been a great mentor to me. And although we joke that he is my work spouse, and like true spouses, we may not always agree, and sometimes I know I make you crazy, and I know I'm probably responsible for some of that gray hair that he has, but you make our challenges easy and these long days enjoyable. And finally, I would like to thank my real husband. He is truly my biggest support and allows me to do the things that I do. When I call him and tell him I'm going to be late today, he says, "Well, tell Cameron I said hello." And he makes it easy for me to follow my passion. I try to balance our household duties, but I know you do way more than me. And most importantly, I always have clean clothes because he is the master of laundry. So I am so appreciative of this recognition, Thank you to PTA and all of that you do to support our students in Strongsville City Schools and to help all of us do what we do every day. Thank you.
At this time, we're going to take a little break. If anybody needs to get a cup of coffee, tea, hot chocolate, water, in 10 minutes, we'll take our seats again and enjoy our entertainment, the Mustang Express.
Good morning. The Mustang Express is a wonderful representation of when parents, teachers, staff, administration all work together and come up with a beautiful project and a product like Mustang Express. These are very, very talented young singers, dancers, musicians. We have a wonderful year awaiting with us, a competition this Saturday at Welsh Jesuit High School. And it's impossible for me to have such a wonderful program like we do without the parents, teachers, boosters, everyone standing behind us. And also a great pair of co-presidents, Samir Sajid, Sajad. I mean, it's usually Smear. And Jenna Gibson.
Hi, I'm Samir Sajad.
And I'm Jenna Gibson.
And we're the co-presidents of Mustang Express.
This is just a sample of one of our props that we use. We didn't bring them today, but we will be using them for competition. They're little signs that we use when we walk on.
As the members of Mustang Express navigate the ups and downs of life, they find themselves locked up. Restrained by society's expectations, they yearn for the universal ideals of independence and acceptance. Join these 31 talented singers and dancers on their journey at the SHS Correctional Facility as they transition from feelings of anger and resentment to hope and a refusal to accept the arbitrary rules of society. They are led by director Vicki Eicher, with choreography from Lauren Nicholas, Mason Trapello, and arrangements by Ron Jones. With co-presidents, myself and Jenna Gibson, and dance captains Lindsay Gunlaw and Jordan West, this ragtag group of misfits will learn that sometimes a ride is necessary in order to break free. Without further ado, here comes the Mustang Express!
I've seen better
began to wail. The band was jumping and the joint began to swing. You should have heard the knocked out jailbird sing. Let's rock, everybody, let's rock. Everybody in the whole cell block, let's dance to the jailhouse rock. Spike Murphy played a tenor saxophone. Little Joe's blowing on the side trombone. Drummer boy from Illinois, crash, boom, bang. Whole rhythm section was a perfect. Let's rock, everybody, let's rock. Everybody in the whole cell block, let's dance to the jailhouse rock. Number 47 said the number 3. You're the cutest jailbird I ever did see. I sure would be delighted with your company. Come on, do the jailhouse rock with me. Let's rock, everybody, let's rock. Everybody in the whole cell block, let's dance to the jailhouse rock. Tech was sitting on a block of stone. Boy, over in the corner, weeping all alone. But what did said, hey buddy, don't you be no sweat. You can't find a body, use a wood shed. Let's rock, everybody, let's rock. Everybody in the whole cell block, let's dance to the jailhouse rock. Let's dance to the jailhouse rock. Let's dance to the jailhouse rock.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much on behalf of Strongsville City Schools, our staff, administration. Thank you so much for having us. It's truly an honor. Thanks.
Thank you, Mustang Express. I think PTA can take a little bit of credit for some of this talent that we just see, because I recognize over half of those kids from the dance floor rocking at the Rec. That is where they started. Especially Samir, I know you had dance-offs on the floor. Thank you guys, you did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
We're going to give them about 5 minutes to tear down, and then we will go on with our presentation. So if our next 4 presenters and their recipients could make their way over to the chairs. Is Jennifer Niederhausen, representing Muraski Elementary School.
Good morning. First of all, I'd like to extend congratulations to all of the recipients today. Some people would say that their greatest fear is public speaking. I can agree, looking out here, that it is a little scary, especially when you have to follow the Mustang Express. But for me, my greatest fear is math. Math can be very difficult to understand. Numbers are hard. Fractions and word problems are a nightmare. And while math and its concepts are a challenge to grasp, I have to imagine that it's even more difficult to teach math. That's where Julie Lobb comes into the equation. Thank you. Julie grew up in Lakewood and comes from a large family. Her father was an educator, and she followed in his footsteps and went to Bowling Green. While getting her bachelor's degree in education, she was also a Division I athlete with the women's gymnastics team. As a gymnast, she learned a lot of traits that have certainly helped her throughout her career as a teacher. You can't teach math every day to 89 fifth graders without discipline, determination, consistency, respect, dedication, and a certain level of toughness. After Bowling Green, Julie came to the Strongsville district as a long-term sub in 1993 at Sorare. The following year, she was hired full-time at Muraski. Strongsville was a good choice for her. She met Mike Lobb, her husband, of 15 years while working here. They now have 2 beautiful children, Mikey and Brooke. And I'm trying to talk slow so they don't have to go back to school today. She's also had the great fortune of working at the same school for the past 22 years. Over the span of her career here, she has had numerous roles in addition to teaching math and science at Muraski. She has helped coach the Strongsville gymnastics team, been a teacher mentor, a member of the district math committee, and she takes a group of students to the Greater Cleveland Math Council competition every year. Most recently, she has been appointed the Muraski Tech Coach. Through this role, our PTA got to see Mrs. Lobb in action. When it was determined that she would be Muraski's Founders Day recipient, we needed a way to get her to our PTA meeting. Mrs. Peters had the great idea of having Julie come to the January meeting to present as the Tech Coach. While it was all a ruse to get her to our meeting, it proved to be a very beneficial presentation. She taught us how technology can be a great tool to reinforce what is taught in the classroom. She showed us how in our kids' Go Math workbooks, there are QR codes that can be scanned, and then a video will show you how to understand the math problem. This is very helpful to me. We also played a game called Kahoot. Spoiler alert, I did not win. But she showed us how math can be fun. Who knew? As a parent, I have been a part of the Muraski community since 2009. During that time, I have never heard another parent, student, or teacher say anything negative about Mrs. Lobb. Here's a quote from a parent that appreciates her dedication. Mrs. Lobb goes beyond the X's and O's of being a great math teacher. She makes the effort to get to know what students need to feel successful in all areas of life. She makes a connection with your kid, and they know they can count on her. My kid's self-esteem soared in her classroom. She is everything you hope for as an influence on your child, and we are so thankful that she was a part of my daughter's life. That daughter also had something to say. She is my favorite teacher of all time. She's the kind of person that you know will always be there whenever you need her. She is funny, and she was always telling jokes in class to make us smile. Anytime I had a question, she would take extra time to make sure I got it and felt comfortable.
When having a conversation with Julie, there is one thing that is evident, and that is her love for teaching and her students. She talks about teaching and her students with a passion and a sparkle in her eye. We all know that some days can be harder than others, but Julie always has a smile on her face and a positive attitude. We are so lucky to have her in this district. I am especially lucky that both of my kids had the opportunity to have her as a teacher. When I asked them who was the best math teacher they've ever had so far, both of them without hesitation said Mrs. Lau. I can guarantee that there are many other students out there, and many more to come, that when asked the question as an adult, who was one of the best teachers you've ever had? A lot of them are going to pause and say, Muraski, 5th grade, Mrs. Lau. With that, I'm proud to present Muraski's 2017 Ohio PTA Achievement Award to Mrs. Julie Lau.
Thank you very much. First, I would like to extend my congratulations also to all the recipients here today, as well as to those who have been honored in the past. I would like to express my gratitude and appreciation for our Muraski PTA. In my numerous years at Muraski School, I've seen a considerable amount of change, but the one thing that has remained a constant is the importance of the bond between home and school. It is because of the value that I place on the relationships with the families that I work with that I am so deeply honored to be a recipient of this award. I look forward to our continued collaboration as I truly believe that the mutual respect and support that we have created will enable our students to reach their fullest potential. I would like to extend my thanks again to our PTA, not only for this award, but for your dedication to our school and to our community. And I'd like to also thank my family for all of your support. Thank you.
Presenting on behalf of Kinsner Elementary School is Adam Marino.
Hello everybody. It's my honor to recognize and introduce Mrs. Lillian Longley, our PTA president at Kinsner. To be a PTA president, you need to embody the mission of the PTA, which I will define for you. It is to engage and empower the families and to advocate and enhance the opportunities that are at a building. It is hard to believe as I stand up here with Lillian that this is her first year as PTA president. So many of you may not have had the opportunities to meet her, but I can tell you without a doubt she has done an outstanding job so far in the short amount of time that she's been there. She's accomplished so much, and I'm truly honored to be up here with her and to recognize her in front of all of you guys. You may not be able to tell by talking to her. You might be able to tell by her speech, I'm not sure, but she's pretty shy. In terms of number one fear, it's probably up there as number one. Usually a PTA president and being shy, tend not to go hand in hand. You have to, you're leading people, you're running meetings, making decisions. But so she stepped out of her comfort zone in a major way. And for anyone that's had to get into more of the public eye and around people, you would be able to relate. But she has really led our group. Has put her own twists on things in meetings, made them fun and enjoyable, and still yet accomplishing a lot. So I didn't realize how shy she was at the beginning until really just a little bit ago. So naturally, I'm like, you definitely are going to be the Founders Day recipient and talk in front of a bunch of people to continue to stretch her comfort zone, to become the best person that she can be. So you're welcome, Lillian. So the dedication, the time, the way she makes things fun and the enjoyment we've had at our meetings, there's a long list of things that she has been a part of. Sorry, Loud family, I'm not going to list them all, but there's a lot. There's a lot that she does, including but not limited to her homemade grape leaves and hummus that if you ever have food that you think about, like weeks later, you know it's really good. And so she brings that along with the dedication and time, which is just an extra bonus. So in simple terms, Kinsner excuse me, would not be what it is if it wasn't for Lillian and all of the dedication that she has done to help our kids in the city of Strongsville. So I introduce to you Lillian for this well-deserved award. Congratulations.
Hi, everyone. I have my paper here. I'd first like to thank Adam for all the wonderful things that he said about me and for helping the PTA with everything. I also appreciate him having an open door for me every time I just show up at the school and stick my head in his office and ask a question. He never kicks me out, so that's good. Thank you to Kinsner for giving me this honor for the award. I can't forget to thank my husband. He was here, but I don't know if you heard our baby. He was getting a little loud, so he had to leave. But I'm thankful that he doesn't complain too much when I say I have to leave for a meeting or an event or something like that, and that he has to watch the kids, so thank you. Now, like you said, I have been very nervous about coming up here ever since I found out I was the recipient. And I was worried I wouldn't make complete sentences or that my legs would be too wobbly. I mean, they've been wobbly, but some of my friends gave me advice, and I'm not sure how they would help, but they of course told me to picture everyone in their underwear, which I don't see how that helps. Or to have a few drinks. Now, it is a school event, and it is 9:30 in the morning it started, so I opted out of that because I didn't think that would be too appropriate. So, I'm okay. Next, the reason, to get to my point, the reason that I agreed to this position as PTA president after I just had a baby and along with my 2 other children was because I wanted to open up different opportunities for students, staff, and families. I also feel closer to my daughter just being in the building. At college, I majored in education and then continued on to teach 2nd grade. But after having my first child, I decided to stay home. So this has given me the opportunity to still get involved in school and to work with children and provide them with educational experiences. It also has opened me up to meet new parents and to see all the wonderful people that come up to me and say, hey, can I help you? How can I help you? Give me a call. It's always nice to see that. School is like my second home to me, and I hope to continue helping in any way I can. Thank you.
Presenting for Strongsville Middle School is Julie Walcher.
Hello, everyone. Strongsville Middle School PTA has chosen Mr. Steve Dietrich as our recipient of the Ohio PTA Achievement Award. He has been with Strongsville City Schools for 4 years. He was previously an assistant principal at Strongsville High School before becoming principal at Center Middle School. We're not sure Steve knew what he was getting into when he accepted the position at Center, but he ended up wearing many hats that year, along with the most important job of raising his 4 kids. In addition to being principal and all that job entails, he coordinated the closing of Center Middle School, managed traffic and safety nightmares while the school was a construction zone, and worked to bring together staff and students of both Center and Albion, all while adding the 6th graders to the new middle school. We know that working with this many personalities and moving parts could not have been an easy task, let alone the ever-elusive move-in date. Of course, we know the parents of the 1,400 or so students did not add any pressure to the job. Despite the stress this must have brought to his life, Mr. Dietrich was always calm, greeted everyone with a smile and a positive attitude. His dedication and commitment to making this the best middle school ever is evident every day. There were many challenges that started even before the first day of school, but Mr. Dietrich worked with professionalism and composure to keep parents informed and find solutions to the unexpected challenges that evolved when the brand new school opened and as each new challenge arises, probably every day. Mr. Dietrich makes an effort to know the names of the kids and greets each one with a smile. He goes outside for bus duty without a coat to help kids find their bus, and this is not an easy task if you've ever been there at the end of the day. He can be found at sporting events, cheering the students on after hours. There are even some pictures of him playing on the inflatables with the kids last year during our PTA events. During the winter formal at Center Middle School, our first ever, Steve managed to get 950 kids and their rides out of the school dance and parking lot in less than 20 minutes with no one left behind and no road rage.
17 minutes.
Pardon me.
Mr. Dietrich has enthusiastically supported our PTA and been a part of meshing the parents and personalities of all the incoming schools. He is so supportive, he has volunteered to let the students duct tape him to the wall in our next fundraising campaign. It is for all these reasons and so many others that we haven't mentioned that Strongsville Middle School PTA felt Mr. Steve Dietrich deserves the Ohio PTA Achievement Award. Congratulations.
I wish I would have known about the duct tape before you said that today. So thanks for the surprise, Julie. You know, last year at this event, I was impressed by the efforts and the accomplishments of the award recipients. So needless to say, I was extremely humbled by receiving this award. And the other day at bus duty was back in January, and here comes Vicky, Mary, and Julie out, and it's like 20 degrees outside, and it's a Friday. I think it was a Friday. But I was getting ready to stop the buses because they come out with this gift bag and there's balloons coming from it. So I thought, oh, some poor girl didn't get her birthday gift today. All the buses go out. I hadn't been at the PTA meeting due to another, there was a district meeting that day. So they didn't have a chance to tell me that I was the award recipient at that time. So they had told me right outside at bus duty. And I was ready to get back inside because I didn't have a coat on and it was probably 23 degrees outside. So. But I was caught off guard, but I was surprised and very humbled at being chosen for this award. You know, I'm honored to be here. I'm privileged to be put in this leadership position. And much like what went on behind the scenes to get the new middle school constructed, there were similar efforts into assembling a staff and grade level teams that would best serve the needs of our students. And what an exciting process. And I would always think to myself, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. When do many people, and many people don't get that opportunity, when do you get an opportunity to open up a brand new school? So tremendous support at all levels, whether it was parents, district level support, administrative support, teacher support. Talk about a lot of parts coming together. So we had a busy spring and summer, consolidating staffs and preparing for the grand opening. Now, some of you may remember the amusement park, Jogga Lake. Do you guys remember the amusement park, Jogga Lake? I used to work there. Loved it. It was back in college. I was about 5 summers I worked there. And it was always that excitement of, the first day, people would be nervous and excited. Thousands of people were waiting at the gates in the morning to come and enjoy themselves. And that's sort of the feeling that I had at SMS on the first day of school this year. There were thousands of people that were ready to come through those doors. And they had never experienced thousands of people together at one time, as most kids were coming from a smaller environment and a smaller school from the previous year. So we didn't know what to expect until the day's events unfolded. But wow, what a great first day, what a great first week, what a great first year we're having at the middle school. And like Julie said, we continue to work through kinks and things that come up that happen the first year a new building is open. So SMS, we've got lots of moving parts, and it takes all those parts working together in order to function properly. So I sort of consider myself, when you've got a lot of pieces and parts moving together and you think mechanics, I think of myself as the oil. We've got hundreds and thousands of parts, including our students, within the building and those walls of SMS. And I consider myself the oil
making sure all those parts continue to work together smoothly, efficiently, and effectively. So what was great about the beginning of the school year, though, was we were all in it together. So like LeBron and company, we were all in. And in some ways, and I told teachers this all the time, we were first-year educators. We were all first-year teachers, all in it together in some way, shape, or form. So it gave everybody that needed bond as we started the year together. Whether you were an incoming elementary teacher coming to the middle school for the first time, or whether you were a seasoned veteran 8th grade teacher, you've been in the game for 20 plus years. We were all in it together. So as the saying goes, students don't care much or care how much you know until they know how much you care. And we have a staff and we have parents that care about kids. And I cannot think of a better foundation or premise on which to build the new middle school. So we have this saying, and when we speak with the PTA and we're speaking with teachers, I tell people, I'll try anything once. So the winter formal came about, and we had this idea of, crazy idea. I originally thought, hey, let's have a dance for a 6th grade dance, and one day we'll have a 7th grade dance, and one day we'll have an 8th grade dance. We kind of do it throughout the year. No. We were like, let's do this all together. So we did. So we pulled off the winter formal with 900 plus kids a couple weekends ago, but this could not have been done without the help and the support of the PTA. And I can't thank our parents enough for the effort, and the PTA for the effort, the coordination of pulling off such an event, and not just that event, but any event. When called upon, our PTA really steps up and provides that support that we need to help keep things flowing smoothly at our school. I don't know if you've seen the movie Polar Express. My kids love watching that movie around Christmas time, and they love that scene where the hot chocolate scene comes on. And Glenn, I don't want you to start singing the hot chocolate song right now, hold off on that. But it's kind of like that, that's our PTA. They come in, whatever you need, we throw the tables out, hot chocolate, everybody gets fed, and then break down and on to the next one. So it's great support, and our PTA is amazing. And we try to hold true with that mindset. Innovative, forward-thinking, with the well-being of the child at the forefront. So you never know who's watching, and you never know who's listening. And as a parent of 4, you try to take that to heart each and every day, because you never know where they're at in the house. You never know if they're listening in on your conversation, whether it's with friends or whether it's with spouse or whatnot. So you never know how your actions or words will impact those around you, especially today's youth. And you also don't know what it is that students may latch onto, or what influences the decisions that they make. The PTA provides opportunities and supports for our children and their families. So, like I said, having 4 children of my own, it puts a lot of things in perspective, especially middle school age. I've got a 5th grade daughter, I've got an 8th grade son, and then also got a couple other young boys below them. And all they do is constantly fight each day. But there's nothing more important than helping foster their social, emotional, and academic growth during these adolescent years. So I'm blessed to have those children of my own. I'm blessed to have children that are in the middle school right now that help me put things in perspective while I'm working with our youth and working with teachers and fostering, once again, the social, emotional, and academic growth of our students. So it takes a village, and much of what we do cannot be accomplished without the ongoing support of the parents, and I'm so proud to be part of such a wonderful community here in Strongsville. So in the words of Helen Keller, alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. Thank you very much. Once again, I'm humbled to receive this award. Thank you.
The award for Sarar Elementary School will be presented by Tracy Grohl.
Good morning, and thank you to our PTA Council for organizing such a wonderful event every year. Congratulations to all the recipients today. I am pleased to be representing Sarar and presenting our nominee for the PTA Achievement Award to Allison Appleby. Allison is a proud mother to her son Sal. Not only is she dedicated to him and her husband Bill, but she finds the time to volunteer many long hours at Sarar. I first met Allison 9 years ago when both of our sons attended the early learning preschool together. There, Allison was the vice president. I have many fond memories of the events she helped to plan, like apple picking, hay rides, fun days, and helping the students shop at the holiday shop. When Allison's son Sal started kindergarten at Sarar, she had no problem jumping in and helping with many committees. Over the 6 years at Sarar, she has not only been our president for 2 years, but she has also chaired the holiday shop. She is always seen around school taking pictures of our students, learning in the classrooms, and having fun at our many PTA events. She is also responsible for a very creative yearbook. She co-chaired the yearbook for 2 years, and for the past 3, she has taken on the responsibility of it on her own. Allison is responsible for creating beautiful bulletin boards. She has been known to assist teachers set up and organize their classrooms. This year, she has been working with the 5th grade students, tutoring them in fluency. She is also seen at class parties and the book fair. At one point of her 6 years at Sarar, she maintained our website. There's one job at Sarar that Allison actually gets paid to do and fits in perfectly when doing it, and that's filling in for our secretaries in the main office. Allison is a kind, caring, unselfish, and thoughtful woman. She truly cares about the students at Sarar. She always puts them first. Allison does not like to be in the spotlight, so today is a great day to thank her for all she has done at Sarar.
Thank you very much. I really have nothing prepared because this is probably my worst nightmare right now. I am very honored to receive the award, and I am happy that I'm in such great company. Dr. Razzo and the staff at Sarar and all the kids really make my time worthwhile. I love it there. I'm going to miss it there next year when my son goes off to middle school. And I want to thank my son. He'll be mad if I don't. He's the reason I started this whole thing to begin with, so thank you, buddy. Thank you very much.
Mr. Dietrich, did you get her name? She's coming next year. Okay. Congratulations to all of our honorees this morning. Could we please have one more round of applause for all of them? It is an honor and a privilege for me to again introduce Mr. Cameron Ryba, Superintendent of the Strongsville City School District.
You know, Founders Day is truly one of many great days that we have in our district where we get to sit back, stop, and celebrate all the work that is accomplished in our district. And you know, I've had the privilege of working with the administrators that were honored, working with the teacher that was honored, and many of the parents that were recognized today. And sometimes we don't realize that our individual work and our individual accomplishments and our individual dedication, how that results in the betterment of the collective, which is our school district. So once again, on behalf of the school district, thank you to not only the folks that were recognized today, but all of our volunteers, all of our teachers and staff and administrators that do so much each and every day to ensure that our children have the future that they so deserve. I'd also like to thank and recognize Karen and Laura and the Founders Day Committee for all the work that they do each and every year to put this together and put this on. So if we can please give them a round of applause. We talk a lot in our district about working to be a premier district, not because of the ranking or the prestige, but to make sure that we're doing what's in the best interest of our students so that they can have every opportunity that they want to afford in their future. And that's not done alone, that's done in true collaboration between our PTAs, our district staff, our parents, and our community, as is evidenced today. Our Strongsville PTA shared a commitment to our district and the education of our students is second to none, as we can clearly see based on all the work that you do and that we highlighted this morning. Our PTAs are the action that supports us in reaching our goals and dreams for our students. So once again, on behalf of the Board of Education, all of our staff and students, thank you to the PTA. Thank you for continuously giving of your time, your talents, and your energy to make our district a better place for the students and families we all serve. Thank you.
Before we conclude our program this morning, on behalf of the Strongsville Council PTA, I would again like to congratulate all of our recipients and thank everyone here today for joining in our celebration and for all that you do and have done for our children. Thank you.